Hi, this is Pastor Scott. Welcome back. A lot of folks want to read the Bible. They feel like they should read it, they ought to, but they get stuck in trying to read it. And so I hope this will help you somewhat. The Bible is not an easy book to read, and there are a lot of reasons why. One, it's a really big book. Secondly, it's not put together in the order that you'd think it ought to be put together. Thirdly, it's very ancient, probably the oldest document you'll ever read in your whole life. And the customs described here are absolutely foreign to most of us. The fourth reason, it's written in a foreign language, two of them in fact, Hebrew and Greek. And even the best of the English translations, when you read it, because it's a translation of ancient foreign languages, the English sounds odd. And I think the final reason is that the names of the people are very strange to our ears today. So for those reasons, I always recommend that people pick up a study Bible. A study Bible is a regular Bible, but it's got notes from scholars in it to describe these ancient customs, to give some amount of interpretation. The two study Bibles that I really like personally, one is the ESV, the English Standard Version Study Bible. It is excellent. It's probably my first choice. But the New International Version, like this translation, they produce an excellent study Bible as well. What I'd really like to get to now, though, is helping you find a way to read in the Bible on a regular basis. And that's the key thing. You want to find a time daily where it's just sacred time, and it's something you are going to do every single day. For me, mornings is absolutely the best. I have control over my mornings in ways I don't for the rest of the day, but that's me. But at any rate, find a sacred time and place to do it. You may have heard of these written programs like Read the Bible Through in a Year. If they work for you, that's awesome. But for me, they've never worked well because I always get behind. And then I feel like I need to catch up and I'm rushing, and I reach the point I'm just saying, okay, this is not doing me a lick of good just to gallop through the reading just for the sake of keeping up with the schedule. So many years ago, a wonderful Baptist pastor taught me a way of reading the Bible. It has worked so well for me ever since. I call it the 3 bookmark method. And literally, you take 3 bookmarks. And I'll need my glasses here. But you put 1 bookmark in Psalm chapter 1. Psalms are the first thing that I typically read in the mornings. And you put 1 bookmark at Psalm chapter 1. And the idea is every day you will read 1 chapter of the Psalms, and then you move your bookmark. And you'll go through the Psalms, there are 150 of them, and then into Proverbs, the 31 of those. And so for the rest of your life, you'll do a continual cycle through Psalms and Proverbs. Then take a 2nd bookmark and put it in Genesis chapter 1. Do the same thing. You will plan on a continual cycle through the Old Testament, Genesis through Malachi. You'll skip Psalms and Proverbs because you're already doing those, and you move the bookmark 1 chapter each day. And then put 1 in the New Testament, Matthew chapter 1. And Matthew used to be in this Bible. Well, here it is, the New Testament, Matthew chapter 1. And I put it right there. And again, I'll read a continual cycle for the rest of my life through the Old Testament, New Testament, and Psalms and Proverbs. So the idea, as you can tell, is that it's 3 chapters a day. Sometimes I do all 3 in the morning, sometimes 2 in the morning, 1 at night. What I like about it is 2 things, really. I'm never behind. If for whatever reason on that given day I don't have time to read all 3 chapters, well, my bookmarks are still there. I'm not behind. I don't feel guilty. Secondly, for instance, if I'm reading something in the Old Testament, one of the genealogies, for instance, it's really boring. I know that, I will read it, but I know that I'm coming up on something in the Psalms and the New Testament that will be more interesting and perhaps more spiritually nourishing for me on that day. So that's the technique that I use. I've taught it to others. Others have profited by it. Not everybody likes it, but what's important is that you find a system that works for you. And I have found that when I've got a systematic way of reading, the Holy Spirit knows where I'm going to be reading on a certain date in the future. And I cannot tell you the number of times I will open something on a particular day and there will be something that applies to that day that was already planned ahead by the Holy Spirit, knowing I would get there on that day. It's very encouraging. So there you have it. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.